Hi, welcome to Matt Holman Golf. I thought I'd take a look at Sandra Gal today. Obviously one of the best European players playing on the LPGA Tour. I know her coach quite well, Andrew Park. He's one of the main Ledbetter guys at Champions Gate, or was for a long time, sort of 20 odd years there. So I've seen Sandra practicing out there a lot. She lives in that Orlando area. I know, very, very good ball striker. She's quite tall. I actually played in a tournament with her a few years ago in a mini tour event. She came out and played with the men. I think she shot 71 off the back tees at one of the courses out there, Metro West. I think set up really as orthodox as you get there. A little bit of knee flex, quite tall through the spine. Interestingly, in this swing anyway, she's setting that up a little bit out of the heel. See fairway there. It looks quite a narrow hole. She's playing for a slight fade. So it's a very simple first movement. Really what these guys will work on. The hands work pretty much straight back. Club sort of stays out and looking at the ball. So it creates that really nice look where the shaft sort of reaches the horizontal. It sort of matches up with the knuckles there. So continued on. She sets, she's got a wide movement. We can sort of look from face on at the same time. So I think, on the LPGA Tour, it's really about maximising your sort of club head speed. So they're tending to swing up on the ball sort of 3 to 5 degrees. So it's definitely an ascending angle of attack. On the PGA Tour, it's still around 0. So that's sort of on those TrackMan numbers there, really. Hitting up, and it definitely maximises distance, but sometimes becomes harder to control. So you can see she's got sort of that nice sort of angle, head's definitely behind the ball, weight slightly on the right side. She's setting up to sort of launch that ball in the air. The shaft's very much up and down. And now she's got that sort of load into her right side. I know is definitely something David will work on with his players. That really helps stay behind the shot and launch it into the air. So she's got that couple of inch sort of bump. It's a wide move. You'll see a lot of players sort of set the club a little quicker there, and that's why her shaft just looks a little bit above the ball. So due to that, in most players we see a little wide and a little flat in the set, tend to get slightly across the line and have sort of a higher hands look. So that's sort of Sandra's look there, but very powerful position, moderately across the line, but really nice look actually. So she's really loaded behind. It's very much a sort of a wide 3/4 movement. Then from there she really turns the body hard. You see this in Lydia Ko, and I know they've tried to calm this sequence down. Again, Michelle Wee. So it maximises power, but what she does well, she keeps everything very much in front of her, so the club pulls down on line. You can see how much the chest, the hips, the knee, left leg straightening, everything's turning through impact there. Swings the handle left nicely, and a nice straight to slight fade ball flight. So again, you're going to see here she's good pressure into her front leg, but she definitely stays behind it. But look how much she releases the shaft. So what I mean by that, how this shaft looks back at her, and that really allows her to swing up on the ball. So what I like with her swing is something, again, the modern way of swinging I know Andrew would work on, is that she's very much covered. So a lot of guys try and hit up on the ball by leaning back a lot, but what you're going to see with her, she's actually pressed forward. The head will now start to move back. So her head is pretty much back to where it started. That covered move really helps to square the face. But now she really keeps that, hits up on the ball by releasing the shaft aggressively. So the work I've done with Sean Hogan teaches Lydia Ko and a lot of the good lady players. We do a lot of split hand work, covering the ball still, but really we talk about releasing the shaft. It's quite a wide move down, passes the hands. A lot of your amateurs out there tend to overdo that sequence, and they sort of talk of the casting and throwing the club too early. Many good players sort of lag the club too much. So you can see she really keeps the width there, but then she comes into impact now. The club head starts to pass her hands, which really allows her to swing up on the shot and maximise her club head speed.